For the preparation here, I've started with a pre-painted canvas paper of A3 size. The warm colour of the background is intended to harmonise with my subject matter, and the painted background is now dry and it's been lightly applied with the brush and there's no texture. So let's look at composition and specifically the positioning of these objects on the painting. I've looked at the rule of thirds for positioning these mangoes, and I only have 2 mangoes, and I really wish to avoid a totally symmetrical composition which may not have any visual interest. I've just indicated a couple of little marks there that you may see at the top of the painting, and that's to give me a guide for the rule of thirds. And I've positioned the mangoes horizontally, fairly centrally there, so they're in the middle third section, looking at the painting horizontally. So let's look at colour composition. I've deliberately chosen 2 mangoes with quite different colouring so I can emphasise just one to create a focal point. I'm working with the colour theory principle that warm colours appear to come forward and cool colours appear to recede. I've positioned the mango with the warmer colours in the foreground, and this will naturally appear more forward due to its colouring. These colours are the warmest of all, being warm oranges and reds. The second mango is still warm in colour temperature, containing warm yellows and greens. It does not contain any of the warm oranges and reds of the primary mango, so I've chosen to position it a little bit backward in the picture plane. Painting the background. I want my background to appear as if it is actually sitting behind the subject matter, so I've chosen a cooler green colour. I've chosen a warmer pink for the front area that the mangoes are sitting on. Notice that this pink is a cool pink to create a temperature shift or temperature contrast with the subject matter, which is much warmer. I've deliberately chosen the green and pink. They do not appear in real life, so I've had to improvise when it comes to painting the shadows cast by the fruit onto the surface. Colour tone and temperature. So as I'm painting, I'm constantly asking myself, how light or dark should this colour be? Or how warm or cool should this colour be? If I can see that a colour will be too saturated, then I add a little bit of its complementary into the mix. For example, if I'm painting an orange, then I add a little blue, and this will help knock the colour back so that it's not quite so intense. This is really useful as the form turns and it goes back and around. So it makes the form look as if it's actually turning back, and it gives that illusion of the 3D. If all my colours are all too intense, this will make the form look flat, as everything will have an equal intensity. Finally, I check my shadows and highlights to make sure the forms appear rounded enough, and add details at the very end of the process. These details might be the little stalk or a little mark or bruising on the mango, and I just really check that those shadows are deep enough and that the highlights are bright enough so that the form appears rounded. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.